Show don't tell. That's a common saying in writing stories. So it's better to show that someone is sad than having them tell they're sad. So this is true in almost any case of filmmaking. But then we have monologues.
I believe in America. America has made my fortune. And I raised my daughter in the American fashion.
This is the opening of The Godfather, which opens the movie with this guy essentially talking for 3 minutes. Therefore, monologues are basically just telling. It can be quite boring and some of the most dry stuff you see. It can serve the purpose of exposition, backstory, theme, and lots of things. But a monologue can be so much more than a villain telling his evil plans. In this video I'm gonna share 6 of my favorite monologues, which demonstrates different reasons to be using a monologue. Let's just start with the opening of The Godfather.
She resisted. She kept her honor. So they beat her like an animal.
It's a really great monologue. He's talking about a crime done onto his daughter and he wants justice. He doesn't want to go to the cop, he wants help from whoever he's talking to. And we get curious, who is he talking to? After 3 minutes of talking about America and justice, we cut to The Godfather. This monologue works great for setting the tone of the film and as an introduction to the Godfather himself.
That I cannot do.
Next up we have The Matrix, and I'm thinking of the red and blue pill scene. Which one will Neo take?
At last. Welcome, Neo.
This scene is serving exposition, just telling Neo about the Matrix.
You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind.
The Matrix is full of monologue scenes, which are there to explain all the sci-fi concepts, and they do it in really clever and entertaining ways.
You take the blue pill, the story ends, you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Then we have the monologue from Taken. As you might guess, this is the scene when he hears his daughter being kidnapped on the phone.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want.
It's a really simple monologue, short and to the point. It serves as 2 things. It's like, it's the inciting incident. If this scene didn't happen, there wouldn't have been any film. So we're at the threshold of the journey. That's why it's nice to use a monologue as a tool to emphasize this moment. And this serious, calm, to the point acting by Liam Neeson cements his character's dedication to rescuing his daughter.
I will find you. And I will kill you.
Good luck.
Then we have the monologues we often see in real life. And that's kind of speeches and rallies and everything to stir up engagement. Usually in politics, courtrooms, demonstrations, at war. A really good example of this is in Lord of the Rings.
Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered! A sword day! A red day! And the sun rises!
They have a bunch of great speeches, but one of my favorite ones is Theoden's death speech, you can say. And I want to show this because this acting is not the only thing required to deliver a good monologue. The written word is at least as important. And what can be better than Tolkien's word, perfected by the screenwriters?
Ride for ruin! And the world ends!
Hear the music and the editing and the way they build up the speech makes it even more impactful. And it's actually combined by a speech Eomer has later in the battle, but the screenwriters decided to merge it into this one, and we can all see that it really works. Then we have the classic villain monologue, and a more believable one is from The Shining.
Have you ever had a single moment's thought about my responsibilities? Have you ever thought for a single solitary moment about my responsibilities to my employers?
Jack Nicholson is portraying the villain. And villains often have this trope of, instead of just killing the heroes, they have to explain what they're gonna do. And give just enough time for the hero to escape and defeat the villain. And how they get away with it here is just that he's batshit crazy.
You've had your whole fucking life to think things over. What good's a few minutes more gonna do you now?
Another reason why it works is that it's her husband. So she kind of, you can tell that she doesn't want to hurt him. She tries to talk sense into him. It makes sense, and it's a really good performance. I think they took like 100 takes for this shot. For the very end, I have the monologue in Parasite, the one that wraps up the whole film. This monologue is a very common one in films. It's a monologue that encapsulates the theme of the movie, reflects on it, and I think this one is great. This monologue is about the boy of the family writing a letter, a promise to his dad, that one day he will get rich enough to buy the house that his father is trapped in, and then his father will be free. And why I think this is so brilliant is because the whole film is about class, upper and lower class, and how they kind of are parasites on each other. And the problems the lower class has is not having money and having the idea that money will fix everything. Even after all they've been through, the boy's plan still involves getting rich to get his problem solved. At the same time, we know this plan is unrealistic, so it's probably never gonna happen. It's just wishful thinking, like most of us thinks. And since the last 15 minutes of Parasite is 3 monologues back to back, they use montages, so it won't be boring to just listen to. Just having the voiceover doing the telling and having the montage doing the showing. And that's of course a good solution. But then you have other monologues, like a couple of those I showed you in this list, which just leans into it. They often don't cut, they just stay in one shot, just usually a close-up with the main character delivering the monologue, and they just stay with them. It's something beautifully simple about it. One actor and a couple of lines.